Welcome back to the Rebuilt Parish podcast. Today in the studio, we've got one of our parishes that is from one of my favorite towns, Chatham, Massachusetts. We've got Father John Sullivan with us, and he is sharing his favorite part about having a strategic leadership team. He's sharing a little bit of how he put his team together and how it's helping him move forward in his parish. We'll see you inside the episode. Well, hi there, Father John. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today.
Good afternoon. Great to be here, Melissa.
Well, to get us started, can you please tell us a little bit about you and a little about your parish?
I'm Father John Sullivan. I pastor at Holy Redeemer Church in Chatham, Massachusetts. I've been a priest for 35 years. I've been here at Holy Redeemer for just under 8 years. And we're on the elbow of Cape Cod, as we call it, right at the as the arm turns up to the hand. And it's a parish of about 600 families. It's a resort community, of course. So we've got a lot of transient parishioners, part-time parishioners, seasonal parishioners. And then the community is basically also a retirement community. So it's got an older population too. So.
Very nice. Well, you're in such a beautiful area.
Yes.
And I know we were just talking beforehand that I told you I would love to be on the Cape. What a great place to be.
Except for March.
Exactly.
Don't have spring here.
No, I mean, I'm with you. Our weather isn't a whole lot better right now. So how about this? So we're going to talk about strategic leadership teams today. So could you describe a little bit about what your parish was like before you had a strategic leadership team?
Well, the big advantage of this team is feedback. I didn't get a whole lot of feedback without initiating that. So that's the big plus the team has given to the parish. I have a group of 5 people who are very honest with me, and that's the good point about the team.
Oh, that's so good, because sometimes in leadership, sometimes you have people who are just, people pleasers and who will just yes all day long and say, yes, Father, that sounds like a great idea, even if they don't necessarily agree.
Right. So, yeah, that's the big advantage. One of the things that we talk about, who do you choose for the team? And it's people who have your back. And I don't mean that in a yes man context, but somebody who has a joint desire for both me to succeed and the parish to succeed. And so that's who I was really looking for when I chose the 5 members of the team. And that's been my experience too. It's people who want to see the parish succeed, and that's really what's the necessary ingredient in the team.
For sure.
The great benefit from it.
Now, tell us a little bit, what specific challenges or obstacles were you facing that made you realize that you had a need for a strategic leadership team?
Well, just, enlivening the parish, rebuilding a parish. We all need to rebuild our parish no matter what the context, what the qualities are every day. And that's, they're just part of the growth. And so just to continue the rebuild, a trend and ideal was what was important to me, and that's why I chose to go with the leadership team. So
good. Now, you talked a little bit about how you identified some of the people that you wanted on the team, but what steps did you take to form this team?
Well, as I was reflecting on that, the big thing I missed out on was really bringing it to prayer. And really I didn't really think of that at that when I was forming the team, that how beneficial that would have been for me with both myself, a little bit more intense prayer, but also having the parish pray about discerning members.
That's a really great point. I think, we're in a church, right? We're working for the church. So much of what we do involves prayer, and we're trying to teach people. But sometimes we forget ourselves. Let that be a lesson to everybody. That, I mean, there's so many times when I was in my parish where I didn't take something to prayer and I looked back and I'm like, what was I thinking? God can give me a way better plan for this than I or my team could come up with on our own.
A lot less sleepless nights.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Well, let's talk about how your team helps you. So, how does your strategic leadership team assist you with vision casting and doing some of that long term planning in your parish?
Well, as an agenda, I always try to go through the rebuilt flywheels, and and doing that, and going to how are we doing in each one of these. How did we do in that phase last weekend? And so that's been very helpful. I didn't want the team to be a job. Having a lot of extra work for them. So I just wanted to get their ideas, and that's the important thing about it too.
So good. Now, can you share an example of a major decision or a project that your team worked on and that they helped you to guide and execute you through the process?
Well, it's one. The team's only been working for about 6 months, so
Okay.
But one of the things was we need to come up with a legacy gift plan and brochure was one of the things I was thinking about. And we're a little older community, and so legacy gifts are something that every parish needs, and it's a nice boost when you get one. So I had some ideas and drew up some examples for them, and got some good feedback, which was that's not going to work, Father, or this is going to work. Why don't you try this? So we're it's a project that we've been working on. It's not completed yet, but was something that we're going to be going back to, and one of our projects that we want to get done. So.
Well, it's so nice to have that team to bounce ideas off of and get feedback from, no matter what the project is.
Sure.
Well, now let's see if we can help any of those parish leaders out there who don't have a team like this yet. What advice would you give to a parish leader who's just starting the process of forming a strategic leadership team?
I get a good cross section of the community, I guess. Certainly people who have some good background. Like I have a man who was the former executive director of the United Way here on the Cape, and I signed him up. Really, his fundraising and organizational skills. Another one is, of course, my own business manager. He's a good man who, he's one of those guys he's been here since I came. I hired him when I first came, and he's a original resident of here, one of the kind of rare in the parish. So he has a great institutional knowledge of the parish. He was an altar boy. He's in his 80s now.
Wow.
He started out as an altar boy here. So he has a great deal of institutional knowledge about the place, which is very good. Another woman was a former school nurse, and we don't have a large children's population, but there is it's kind of a dichotomy. There's a fishing community here who's scratches out a living compared to some multimillionaires who have estates. So it's kind of there's a great dichotomy in the parish. So she has a lot of good community connections that way. She's been here for quite a while, and other people who just had other good organizational skills I recognized. So that was what went into my choice.
That's great. I love how you're sharing how you brought in both some staff and some volunteers, people who were a little newer, people who have just different types of knowledge and skill sets. That's such a great and diverse team with people with different strengths and experience.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some resources. So, how did resources like Rebuilt Coaching influence the way you approached building this team?
Just the experience from coaching of, advocating for sort of some maybe outlandish things, or so to speak. It's an out of the box type of thing. That's I guess that's the phrase that's common today. But asking the group to give me out of the box ideas, and especially bringing into parish life some of their corporate experiences, or other nonprofit experiences that they had.
Sure. And when it came time to forming this team, how did your coach guide you through this?
Well, they prodded me. They said, "You promised to do this a few months ago. Have you done it? Have you done it? Have you done it?" And so, that's helped me, to take it more seriously. And we discussed a little bit about, envisioning what the team was going to be like. That was good feedback from my coaches.
So good. Well, why would you encourage other parishes to invest in building a strategic leadership team?
Well, as I say, it's always good to have multiple sources, dependable sources of advice and encouragement and gifts. It's as I say, I didn't envision the team being something who comes up and undertaking projects or like that, but one of the things is people say, well, I can do that, Father, or I can organize. I know some people who can help me do that for the parish. So, while that's not the purpose of it isn't to get people to work harder in the parish, but it's one of the responses that they want to give. They want to be active, and they want to be more clear to them the areas that they can use their gifts to build up the parish.
That's such a great point. I love that you said that. There are people out there who want to use their gifts to help support the parish, and that you're so right. The people are already in your pews.
Yeah, they're already waiting there and saying,
all you have to do is ask, right?
Don't just talk about it. Tell me how I can do it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're going to be talking about leadership teams at the Rebuilt Conference. How, would you encourage someone? Are you going to the conference? Are we going to see you there?
Yeah,
Yay!
I have. I've signed up. I'm still beating the bushes for people to come with me, but I signed up for 5 of us to come. So it's a good, healthy team.
That's exciting. And we definitely recommend bringing your team with you. So this is great that you're going to have that team there with you. So if you could give one final piece of advice on leadership teams, what would you share?
Don't be afraid of calling on people's gifts. That's
yes.
One thing.
So good.
There's so many of them out there that you really didn't, you don't see. Nobody comes in and says, "I'm a retired banker," or I work for a nonprofit on their coat for mass. So you gotta ask for it, and you gotta set up the process and set up the vehicle for people to use their gifts and to strengthen the parish as a community.
Definitely. Well, Father John, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your story.
My pleasure.
And we will see you at the Rebuilt Conference.
Looking forward to seeing you and all the folks from Rebuilt and many, many fellow parishioners. I can pick their brains while I'm
yes, that's the beautiful thing. You get a chance to
network.
Yeah, absolutely. That networking piece is a huge part of it, where you get to talk to other parish leaders and other priests who are going through some of the same things. And even though, there's going to be other pastors out there who are from resort towns, it might not be Cape Cod, but it will be another resort town. And so you can help talk through some of the different challenges you face and help each other with solutions.
Great. Yeah, look forward to it. Okay.
Perfect.
See you in June.
Thank you so much. I will see you. I'll see you June 2nd and 3rd. And to everyone listening, we hope we will see you there. Father John Sullivan's going to be there. So we'll see you June 2nd and 3rd at the Rebuilt Conference. We'll see you next time.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.